Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube NFL segment, I'm going to be talking about a topic that has sparked some controversy and debate, and it's regarding whether the NFL should expand its regular season to 18 games or not. Now, my answer to that is not just a no, it's a resounding no. And the first reason I want to give is that nobody can underestimate the proliferation of injuries in the NFL. 2013 was no exception. There were either at or approximately 1,600 games that were lost to injury by players that were starters in the 2013 season. Now, this was unprecedented for a season total, so obviously this doesn't look like it's getting any better, and I don't know the number for this season, but it wouldn't surprise me if it surpasses that even from 2013. And in the 2013-14 season, there were 228 concussions, at least that were diagnosed as concussions. Now, the 2012-13 season had 261 diagnosed concussions, so it dropped a little bit in the 2013-14 season, but still, to have over 200 diagnosed concussions, that's an exorbitant amount, and it's obviously nothing to scoff at. And I think it's really odd that the NFL has implemented a number of new rules which you would think would preclude, not stop it completely, but would at least diminish injuries in the league. And it's not really, it doesn't seem like it's really made a whole lot of difference, and it's funny how it works out like that. And yet, if they're going to speculate and talk about extending the season, well, that's going to be something where you would have to consider the potential for more injuries. If you're going to expand a regular season, that would be over 10%. Really, you're going from 16 to 18. That's 2 more. So that's even, you're adding 1/8 more of the total from that you already have, and you might have the injuries are obviously, they have more potential to mount if you're going to expand the season. Now, some will contend and argue that, well, maybe they can eliminate a couple preseason games, and then, okay, we'll just add 2 more of the regular season, the same thing. Well, you can do that, but because you have the regular season games are going to be more significant as opposed to the preseason, I think it still would indicate to me that it would probably increase the propensity for injury in the league if you were to do that, because you'd be supplanting 2 preseason games basically with two regular season ones, and I think it wouldn't diminish, but at the same time I think it would probably increase it a little bit as far as the injuries go. And really, that's one reason that I look at why I would be skeptical, at least for me, to expand the season. Now, another reason is that the season is fairly long as it is. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm enamored with the NFL and pro football. However, even the NFL can get monotonous. You have the preseason that started this season on August 3rd, 2014. And the last game is going to be played on February 1st, 2015, which is, of course, approximately 6 months. That's a fairly long time. You're talking essentially half the year. Now, you have 256 regular season games, 65 preseason, 11 postseason, which includes the Super Bowl, making a grand total of 332 total games, which is prodigious. It's immense, to say the least. I mean, over 300 games total, that's not enough. I really think that is enough, at least for me. I like pro baseball as well, and when February comes, I like to kind of get into the preseason, and I don't have as much of the distraction from the NFL this way, and I can focus on baseball. Even though baseball is not one of my real favorite sports, I still will focus on it at least a little bit during, as far as the preseason and spring training, and to see if there was any kind of injuries to any prominent players and kind of keep up with that. So that's another thing that I look at as far as why I don't think it would be the best idea to expand the NFL regular season. Now, and last but not least, if you were to expand the NFL regular season, you could have some controversy over perhaps single season records. Now, give you a hypothetical example. Let's say that the NFL expanded the regular season a couple seasons from now in the, I guess we could say that it would be the 2016-17 season. And let's say he broke the single season mark for rushing yards, and he did it in 18 games as opposed to 16. Well, you would have some debate and controversy over that, because people would be saying, well, gee, he did it in 2 extra games. And then what are they going to do? They'll put an asterisk on it. He might have the record, but he did it in 2 extra games. And now let's say he did it in 18 games, and he only had like maybe 7 more rushing attempts than, I believe, Eric Dickerson, who has the single season record. Now, what are you going to, then what do you do? So it really, to me, I think the NFL right now is good. I like it the way it is, with the schedule, with the amount of games. You have 16 regular season weeks. You actually have 17, but each team plays 16. The regular season is over 4 months long. You have a preseason that's about a month long, and then you have a postseason that goes on for more than a month. So I would say we're at least a month or a little over a month. So to me, I think for those reasons, it would be safe to say that they could keep it the way it is right now. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's my philosophy as far as the NFL, with potentially expanding the regular season. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube NFL segment, and this is Edwin Learnard, and until next time, stay well.